Hi, my name is Nishant and I'm one of the trainers for SAS. And now this video, I'm going to talk about the SAS arrays. Now, SAS arrays, if you need to define SAS arrays, you will define it in a manner that SAS arrays is nothing but it creates a set of values, and it also helps you to retrieve the information, retrieve the values out of those series of values. So it's in a very simple term, I can say that it's creation of the series of values, and once the series of values is created, then you tend to retrieve the values out of those series with the help of the arrays. And that's what we're going to cover over here in this video today. Now, to showcase that, I'm going to show you one of the code here for SAS arrays. So I've got this code right here. Now let me explain this code to you at the very first instance, and then I'll execute this code to showcase the exact output that is going to come after this. So now I have taken the example. I'm going to create the series of values over here with the name of array example. That's what I've stated has to be the data. The data name has to be the array example. Now input. Now when you're creating the series of values, there has to be the input as well. Now in form of input, I've stated A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5. Now over here the dollar sign is nothing but that separator, which is separating that one variable to the other variable. So A1, A2, A3, A4 and A5 is nothing but the variable over here, variable components. And then I've specified the array as to be the colors. So I'm specifying array as a name of colors. Now I need to have 5 value creation in that row. So I've specified the number of creation as well. I've got 5, and then I've specified from A1 to A5 will be the creation of my arrays. And then what I want is I want another column. I want another column to be formed, which will stand out to be as mix. Now in mix, I'm going to mix A1, the value of A1 and the value of A2 together. So I'll be mixing it both of them together over here, and that's what I'm going to do over here with this. Now with that, I've also specified the data lines as well. Now in the data lines, as I've mentioned, I'm going to take 5 values in the series. So I've taken yellow, pink, orange, green and blue. Let me just correct the spelling of yellow over here. It's YELLOW, yellow. So I've got yellow, pink, orange, green and blue forming the series of values, 5 of them, and ultimately on the sixth in the row would be A1 plus A2, which is nothing but yellow plus pink, and that's what we're expecting as to be the output. So to do that, what I'm going to do is, very first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to run this program. So I will select the program till run, and this is the standard process that I'm following, and then I will run this. Now the moment I run this, you can see I have got the output formed here, but I still not have got the result as an output. The reason why I have not got the result as an output, because I have not given the print command. So in order to get the print, I will have to follow the proc print procedure. So I will take this command here, select it, run it. Now the moment I run it, you can see in the result section, it showcases the actual result that I've got. Now it says it has given, by default it has given the number of observations that we've got. So we've got only one observation, and in that one observation we've got 6 variables altogether, naming as to be A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, and mix is the 6th one. So we specified as to be A1 to A5 as to be yellow, pink, orange, green and blue. And on the other section, if you go back to the code here, we also specified mix has to be one of the variables, where we mixed A1 with A2, and this is the code that we have followed to do that. A1 with the symbols, and the addition with the single quotes open, and close, adding A1 with A2, forming the data line as to be yellow, pink, orange, green, and blue. And this is what we have got. So now let me just run through all over this here together. You will have the output as well. So over here now you can see we've got the output window wherein it details, it gives you the detail of all that data that we have formed as in form of A1 2 mix. And with the user interface, you have the option where you can actually check the codes in the background. You have the option where you can print this table, and if you're doing some addition, you can refresh it. You also have the option of filtering this table rows as well. If you need to filter this, let's say for example from A1 to A3, you have that option to filter also. Now coming back to result. Now result is something which is on a very flat format. It's the actual output that you expect, that you get on SAS interface. Now with this final result, you have the option where you can expand it as a whole in the full window. You have the option where you can actually open in a different tab as well. You have the option to print it. You have the option to download it. And ultimately, if you want to if you want to export this data, you can export it in the form of Word. You can export it in the form of PDF as well. And if you want, you can share this. If you can download it into the HTML format. So getting back to the array as a whole, you can see specifying those the series of arrays as in A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5, and then giving those series of arrays, giving those series as to be the values in form of yellow, pink, orange, green, and blue, and ultimately giving the command of adding up that A1 and A2 has given us the output. Which appears to be like that, wherein it has given us the number of observation. It has given us the values of A1, A2, A3, A4, and A5, and very interestingly, the mix of yellow plus 1. As this is a string value, it has not given us any sort of aggregation. Instead, it has just appeared as to be an output which says yellow plus pink. So this is how you can define array in SAS. Now there's little more depth into it. Now when it comes to accessing those series of values, rather accessing those values from the series of values, I'm going to talk about that as well, which will come in the next video. We'll talk about that in detail. So far this is all for this video. I'll get back to you again in the next coming video, where we'll be accessing the values amongst from the series of values that we have got. So far, thank you for watching me. Thank you for watching in this video. Thank you for listening in to this video. Thank you once again. Thank you.